Okay guys, if you ever wanted to learn how to build a tote storage rack workbench just like this, but with the 17-gallon totes above and below, let me show you how. Starting off with tools, you're going to need a tape measure, a drill driver, an impact, and then for cutting the wood, you can use a circular saw, or I'd recommend a chop saw. Then for the spacers, which is going to make it easier to assemble, you need two 7.5-inch spacers, two 10-inch spacers, one 18-inch spacer, and one 18.5-inch spacer. Then to connect everything, you need coarse threaded 2.5-inch screws, and for the countertop part, you need coarse thread 1 5/8 screws. Then if you want, you can pause the video right here, and this is the cut list. Okay, now with my cut list, I'm gonna speed up the video, we're gonna cut everything. Now that everything's cut and ready to assemble, this is what each of your end ladders should look like when staged. You have a 7.5-inch spacer here, 10-inch there, 2 screws each side on each rung, and then an important detail over here is that you want 2.5 inches of space from the top of this stud to the top of this 2x4. And when you're done with assembling this ladder, this is what it should look like. And you'll do this twice. Now when staging your middle ladders, this is what it should look like. You have your 7.5-inch spacer, 10-inch spacer, just like the last one. Then you have your rungs going up, 2 screws on each side, just like last time. And then you have this gap here. And then you have this block here, and you have 2.5 inches between the top of this 2x4 and the top of the stud. Just for context, this is a 13.5-inch block, and then this leg is 32.25. And now after you've done one side, all you have to do is flip it over and repeat the ladder rungs on the other side. Now when you're finished with both sides, this is what it should look like, and you'll do this 3 times. Once you've completed assembling all your ladders, then you should stage them just like you see here. Then next, with this 18.5-inch spacer block, I'm going to show you how to put the top and bottom pieces on. So one of the last few things you're going to do is you're going to take a tape measure from the floor in the back and come up 35.25 inches and make a mark just like you see here. Then you're going to take your last 81.5-inch long 2x4 and line up the top with that mark all the way across. Then you're going to pre-drill through each of these studs and then attach. Then you're going to take a 78.5-inch long 2x4 and set it in here just like this. Then you're going to pre-drill through each of these members plus each side and attach. Lastly but not least, you're going to take your last two 78.5-inch long 2x4s and put them together just like this to create a header. Then you're going to put it up here, just like you see, and then put 4 screws each side to attach. So fast forwarding to the end, one of the last couple things you're going to do is install the countertop and your backboard of choice. Then, very lastly, you're going to use your 36-inch long blocks that you cut previously and install them on each end. Alright guys, that's it for this video, but if you have any questions, make sure you leave a comment below and stay tuned for more just like this.